Okay, so I wanted to share my dad's story with you guys. Um, my dad, we're a big family, a family of 10 kids, and that's a lot of mouths to feed. I have a lot of respect for my dad and the hard work that he put in to support his family. And so before he got into window cleaning, he always had a side business tying fishing flies, which we talk about in other videos. But he always did that on the side. But he worked at a grocery store as a manager for 17 years. That's what he did. Um, and it was a different story there. You know, he was on a salary, so he worked more than 40 hours a week, as most people who are on salary understand. You usually work a lot more than the typical 40. So he worked, at least 50 plus hours a week. Um, and we were living paycheck to paycheck. Basically, all of my childhood that I can remember, we did have some family budget meetings and things, and it seemed like no matter how hard we tried to save or to earn extra income through the fly time business, we just couldn't get ahead. And with that many kids, it's very difficult to do. That's a lot of mouths to feed. So 17 years at the IGA store. Um, and then he just got to the point where he had to get out. He knew that he wasn't going to go anywhere with that company, um, and that he was never going to be successful. And so he decided to take the leap. He quit and decided to go into the fly tying full time. But that too was a trading time for money type of gig. He had to he spent 20 hours sometimes a day just tying flies. He was tying 23, 24, 25 dozen flies a day to basically cover our basic needs. A lot of his plans didn't work out to selling them at a higher price at retail, and so it just didn't work out, and he needed a way out. So from there, we have an uncle that's a window cleaner. He lives in Utah, and he had heard about my dad had heard about his success up there with the window cleaning company. He was doing multiple six figures with his business, and from there, he decided to just go up to Utah and get trained. So he went up there and worked for a week with my uncle and learned how to wash windows. And so he came back. My uncle paid him like $250, I think was all it was for the week that he went up there and worked with him. And so he took that $250 and bought equipment, the window cleaning equipment. Came back and got himself started. Went out, started prospecting, knocking doors, talking to people. Um, and you know what? Now, 14 years later, he has a six-figure business. Um, he has grown it on his own. It's an opportunity of his own. Instead of investing 17 years in a grocery store, he was able to continue the rest of his career, I guess, in creating his own opportunity, something of value to him. So he went from not being able to really provide for his family to being able to do that in the most comfortable way that he's been able to. And now he owns and runs a six-figure company that if he ever decided to sell or work himself out of, he could. And that's his opportunity. He also has a flexibility that comes with, I mean, don't get me wrong, you have to work hard as a business owner, but there are certain perks with the flexibility of being able to schedule, especially as you get employees and things. Um, so the times that mattered most as we were growing up, once he started his own window cleaning company, he was able to be there for. Um, and so we know that we really appreciate that, and things just they actually improved instead of paycheck to paycheck. It continued to improve and get better over time as we acquired new clients and built the business up. It just got better and better, and so that's the type of opportunity that we are trying to help others to build as well. Window cleaning is a great gig. You can really create a lot of opportunity for yourself doing it.
Hello again, Cole here. I just wanted to share with everybody a little bit about my why. Why am I doing what I'm doing here with Start Your Own Window Business? And there's a lot of reasons, but some of the main reasons, and probably the most important reason, is ultimately to take care of my family. I'm married to a beautiful wife, my wife Ashley, and we've got two beautiful children, Lauren and Myra, and they're my why. They are what get me up every morning to get out and do things right. And I remember, again, going back to my upbringing, my parents taught me so many wonderful, good things, and I really appreciate that. But what they also taught me was some very bad things, some bad cycles of poverty, things like living paycheck to paycheck, using credit cards to get by, getting into a lot of debt, and things like that. And that was something that obviously they were taught as well. So they were just caught into that cycle of poverty. And so I remember at a very early age being very involved in that, seeing all the stress and the fights and just everything that happened because of that poverty and that fear that was over my parents trying to provide for their large family. And I just told myself that I just never wanted that to be something that my wife or my children had to deal with. Obviously, I'm not putting any blame on my parents for in any way. I learned a lot of great things. My parents taught me all the important things. But I also wanted to, I want my children to not have to worry about any necessities of life and be able to focus on more important things and actually building a very bright future for themselves by starting them out at a higher level to where their mindset is just a little bit different. And I'm actually seeing a lot of the fruits of that already coming about. I actually took my son, Lauren, out with me. He's almost 5. We went out to do some bids on some upcoming jobs, and I brought him along with me, which I don't typically do. But he asked me a couple questions about, oh well, I thought we were coming to clean windows at this house or at this store and things like that. And I explained to him. I said, well, we go out and we do all the bids and things, but we actually have people now that actually go and clean the windows for us, and we pay them to do that, and we earn money while they're doing that. Well, the funny thing was, is then they went to their grandma's house to spend the evening with them while my wife and I went on a date. And when I came back, he had actually explained to his grandmother how we make money, in that we hire other people to do the work for us, and that then we benefit from that and to generate more business and things. And I was just so proud that he had already grasped that mindset. And so I'm already starting to see a lot of the fruits of my labor. But again, the main reason is, I grew up not having a lot. I'm one of 10 children. I'm one of the older ones. And my parents, again, were good, hardworking people. But I remember until I think I was about 16 years old, my dad made, I think it was about $35,000 a year working at a grocery store. And I don't know about anybody else, but thinking about raising 10 children on a salary of $35,000, that seems pretty impossible. I don't even know how I couldn't even raise my family of 2 children on that salary, and even back in the days when I grew up. And so it's again a very daunting task. But again, the reason why I do this is because I really didn't have anybody that was willing to step in and show me how to make the lifestyle changes, the mindset changes that need to take place. And I had to spend a good 10 to 12 years really working on my mindset and making those changes and surrounding myself with people that had made those changes and making that effort to get out and make that happen. And so for me personally, what really drives me and why I'm doing this is obviously first and foremost for my family, so that they can have that better mindset to go out and succeed, but also to help other people that kind of grew up in the same type of situation that I have, that are looking for a change and that believe that there's a better way out there. I'm here to tell you that there is a better way. There's a lot of better ways, and a lot of that's going to start with your mind and learning how to implement success principles in your life. And that's why I'm here. I want to show people so that they can avoid that, 10 to 12 years of dedicated searching by providing them with the success principles and helping them to apply them in a lot shorter term so that they can then change their families' lives. That's really why I do what I do. And it's good to talk with everybody.
Hey guys, I wanted to get on and share my experience with starting my window cleaning company. Just to start, a little bit about myself. My name's Sid, I'm 23, been happily married for 2 years now. My wife and I are both in school, staying busy with that, and we're both working full-time jobs and staying busy with that. The reason why I started my window cleaning company is about 5 months ago now. We got the unexpected news that we're going to be having our first baby, which is exciting but unexpected. And the thing about that is my wife actually makes more money than I do right now. And when she has the baby, she won't be working anymore. And so I kind of have to man up and pay the bills. And my job that I'm working now, I wouldn't be able to make enough. And so, I'm going to school for entrepreneurship and been planning on starting a business sometime. The question was what business first and when. So I thought, why not start window cleaning? Because I have so much experience in it. I worked with my dad all growing up washing windows. My older brother has a window cleaning company. Both companies gross over $100,000 a year. I've gained a lot of skills there, and so I figured, why not start window cleaning as a part-time on the side job to make up that extra money. And so a few months ago, I started it, and things have been actually really successful so far. I'm able to keep myself busy with the time that I have, and the cool thing about it is I actually make 3 times the amount an hour I make at my other full-time job when I'm washing windows. So it's really cool. Now it's kind of taken off a lot of that stress with having to come up with all that extra money to pay the bills. Now I'm kind of a little more relaxed about it and actually excited to keep growing the window cleaning business and eventually be doing that full time and be starting other businesses. Yeah, so that's it.